what the Border Patrol calls a fence, but there are spots along our southern border with Mexico where it doesn't exist, and that has become a central focus, as we all know by now, of Donald Trump's campaign. He says we're going to build a great border wall on the southern border with Mexico, and Mexico is going to pay for it. But we wanted to get an idea of what was really going on here on the border and whether or not the Border Patrol agreed with Donald Trump's assessment. And here's what we found. It's a double fence, basically.
A double fence. So the primary fence main purpose is to stop the vehicle flow from entering into the United States.
And so this is a secondary.
Yes, the secondary fence is used to deter illegal migrants from entering into the United States.
There are 9 sectors of the Border Patrol along our border with Mexico, and each has its own distinct topography, length, and challenges. Of the 1,989 total miles of border we share with Mexico, some type of fencing protects 702 miles. And agents will tell you, where there's a border, wall or not, some people try to cross it.
Oh, look, there's some people just sticking their heads over right there.
That's it. These are what we call the scouters or smugglers.
So you're sure those people are scouting out in order to do something illegal?
More than likely they are, yes.
So this point right here is the end of the border fence.
Of the primary fence, yes. So that's Mexico on the other side.
That's Mexico.
Yes, correct.
U.S. Mexico.
Yes.
And you're telling me you guys can do what you do without the need to extend the fence here?
Correct. As you can see right up on top of the mountain, we have 2 Border Patrol agents. Our agents patrol constantly, day and night.
Last year, agents caught 26,290 people trying to cross illegally in the sector. Sounds high, but thanks to increased enforcement, including fencing, but also more technology and manpower, when you compare it to the all-time high of almost 630,000 in 1986, apprehensions here and across the country are near all-time lows. In 1986, the Border Patrol caught over 1.6 million people, the most ever. Last year, that number was just over 330,000.
So I can see people watching this at home and saying, Jacob is standing where there's no border fence. That's why we need a Donald Trump border wall that stretches all the way across the country.
We manage what we have right now. It works perfectly for us.
These are you guys too, huh?
Oh, that was beautiful.
Craig, one of the things to think about is where illegal activity happens along the border, and that's what the Border Patrol encouraged me to look at when I was down here. Oftentimes, when we talk about drug smuggling or illegal activity, it's not people crossing in areas necessarily where there isn't a wall or where there is a wall. A lot of the drug smuggling will happen under where there is a wall or through legal ports of entry, like the San Ysidro port of entry, just on the other side of Colonia Libertad in the Tijuana area. Yeah. So when it comes to building a border wall, the Border Patrol will caution it's not always about having that physical impenetrable barrier on top of the surface. It's about the technology, about the infrastructure, and about the manpower all combined to stop illegal activity from going on along our border. And I just want to say quickly, Craig, I know this is a complicated issue and we want to talk further about it. So after I hop off with you, I'm going to hop onto Facebook Live on MSNBC on Facebook, and we'll be answering any questions that folks might have out there.
Jacob Soboroff, the indefatigable Jacob Soboroff along the U.S.-Mexico border. I'll let you go so you can get on the interwebs there. Speaking of the interwebs,